In all honesty, this show should be banned. I'm surprised Joe Biden allows this show on his internets, but it's whatever. We're still gonna review it on YouTube. Hi everyone, my name's Dimitri and welcome back to DimitriTube. Today we will be reviewing Joseline's Cabaret Atlanta episode 1. If you're new here, I'm trying to grow my channel, so please go ahead and pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell. I'm a new YouTuber trying to grow my channel, and it really helps the algorithm if you press that like button. In all honesty, this show should be banned. I'm surprised Joe Biden allows this show on his internets, but it's whatever. We're still gonna review it on YouTube. Now, before we get started, first and foremost, I did not even know this show existed until season 2. Like many of y'all, the show caught my attention when the double homicide comment went viral on Twitter and Instagram. And when I found out Joseline Hernandez was in charge of the show, I was like, oh, I need to watch, because I do like Joseline Hernandez. She's a terrible rapper, but she makes great reality television. She was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when it was at its peak.
You would never send me back to the strip club because I'm not going back.
I kept going back and forth in my head as to whether or not I wanted to review this show on YouTube, because this show is very explicit and you can't just do whatever on YouTube. And I was worried that if I reviewed this show, my videos would get taken down. But I'm gonna take a chance and hopefully I will not get taken down, because I really want to connect with other people on this show.
So please don't take me down, YouTube algorithm.
And last thing before we get started, I didn't watch the Cabaret season 1, the auditions, or Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition when Joseline and Ballistic Beats were on it. But I don't think any of that is important to the storyline. If it is, somebody just let me know below in the comments. Okay, so let's dive in and get started. So the episode starts with Joseline talking to her husband, Ballistic Beats, on the patio. And in the intro before that, they played Joseline's song, Live Your Best Life. So Joseline Hernandez is not a good rapper. I really don't understand why she keeps trying to be a rapper. Like, the production and editing of the song is good, but for some reason when she raps, it's never really on beat. Like, I really just want her to stick with TV and film and just give up the music thing. And don't get me wrong, this is not me coming for her, because I do understand that English is not her first language. But like, if you're struggling that much to rap in English, like, why don't you just rap in Spanish? You refer to yourself as the Puerto Rican princess anyway. Moving on. So when Joseline's talking to Ballistic, Joseline is wearing a bikini top with a jacket, and I know she's gotta be cold. Ballistic's wearing a sweater, and he looks cold. So during this part, they really don't say much here. They just recap some of the previous seasons. Also, Joseline keeps saying that this is an amazing opportunity for the ladies, but she doesn't explain why it's an amazing opportunity for these ladies. And last thing, this is the first time I'm seeing Joseline's husband, Ballistic Beats. I knew he existed, but I really didn't know much about him. So I'm not gonna lie, this guy seems like a major upgrade from Stevie J. Don't get me wrong, I think Stevie J is much hotter, but Ballistic seems to have a way better personality, and he seems like someone you could be with long term, and he's not gonna start drama and break your heart every week like Stevie J. Next, we get to see the ladies get picked up from the airport. A few of them introduce themselves in the confessionals, and we see some of the audition tape footage. I'm gonna try to find the Instagram accounts for all the ladies on the show, and I will post it below in the description for your reference, because I know y'all curious. And I'm not gonna go through each confessional, but I'm gonna go through the ones that were interesting. So the first one is Chanel So. Chanel So says, everybody was a stripper in her family, so she didn't have to go through shame of being a stripper. So I thought that was kind of weird. I feel like if you're a stripper, if you have a family member coming to you about becoming a stripper, you more than likely would discourage them from becoming a stripper. Now, I know there's a difference between telling someone, don't be ashamed of being a stripper, versus discouraging someone from being a stripper, but I don't know. I just wanted more of an explanation from Chanel about that. Next, we get to meet BlueFace Barbi, and she says she's not a dancer, she's a trapper. She says, I'm not a stripper. I meet up with men for thousands of dollars. I don't get my money off the ground, I get it off the dresser. So if you are not aware, the media is constantly trying to pin women against other women, and this is just another example of that. So BlueFace Barbi is trying to imply that she's better than the strippers because she's a toot. Oh wait, can I say toot on YouTube? Never mind. Instead of saying prostitute, I'll say working girl. Anyways, BlueFace Barbi is trying to imply that she's better than the strippers because she's a working girl. But in my opinion, I don't think one is better than the other. What do y'all think? Let me know below in the comments. And lastly, we get to meet Aqua. Aqua refers to herself as a travel dancer. She says, I picked the name Aqua because water brings life and it can also take it away. Clearly, she is foreshadowing what she's going to talk about later in the episode. Also, Aqua's confessional makeup compared to her makeup on the show literally look like night and day. Like, she looks like two different people. And they show part of Aqua's audition tape, and she says that she has a sugar daddy, but she's also homeless, and Joseline clowns her for that. I thought that part was funny because Aqua refers to herself as a travel dancer, but she's not a travel dancer. She's just homeless and living out of her car. Next, the girls finally pull up to the mansion after leaving the airport, and it is huge. The fountain looks a little 1995 though. Like, when I saw that fountain, it reminded me of pretty much every 90s movie that included a rich person at a mansion. They all had fountains that look like that. So the girls get up to the mansion and Joseline comes outside and introduces herself. I thought Joseline's outfit was okay. I really wish it was a different color. When Joseline introduces herself, she says thousands and thousands of women auditioned, but only the 10 of these girls made it. I really don't believe that thousands and thousands of people auditioned for this. Do y'all believe that? Let me know below in the comments. The only reason I slightly believe it is because this was filmed when the pandemic was going on, so a lot of the clubs and stuff were still closed. So maybe girls applied for this because they couldn't work at their local club. And Joseline also says, I'm taking these ladies out of the strip clubs and houses. I don't know if they can be ready for Joseline's cabaret. That left me very confused because I'm like, what's the difference between working at the strip club and working for Joseline's cabaret? Like, other than a little more TV exposure, what's the difference? Next, the ladies go inside the house, and it's a pretty nice house. A little old school, but still a nice house. Now, Joseline finally explains the prize of the show and what the girls can win. So 4 girls will get to perform in Atlanta with the cabaret, and out of the 4, one of them will win $10,000. And the 4 who win will also get to go to Vegas to do the cabaret. Now, let's just unpack this real quick. The girls get a chance to perform in Vegas, but is that really a prize? Like, isn't Vegas still closed? If you live in Vegas and you're watching this video, please let me know below in the comments. Now, the girls also get to perform in Atlanta. Now, that's not really a prize. I'm pretty sure these girls did not have to go on this show just to get to perform in Atlanta. And they also have a chance to win $10,000. Now, don't get me wrong, $10,000 is a lot of money, but it's not life-changing money. So I live in Northern Virginia and I'm about to move to Washington, D.C. soon, and $10,000 will pay for maybe 4 months of living expenses, and that's if you live very cheap. Also, BossTec said she works at Magic City. If it's a rapper or a baller's birthday, I feel like you could make 10 G's in a night. So they didn't give us a time frame of this show. I don't know if it took 2 weeks to film or if it took 2 months to film. Like, if this took 2 weeks to film, that would be worth it to compete for $10,000, but if this took a month to film, I don't think that'd be worth it, and they're gonna have to take out at least $900 in taxes. Like, I feel like you could just make more money working at your club. And I know a lot of the clubs are closed right now, but this still seems very much like a risk. So I guess they're just doing it in the hopes of getting famous, maybe becoming the next Black China or Amber Rose. But this is on Zeus. It's not on VH1 or BET. Like, are people really watching this show like that? I don't know. This very much seems like a huge risk to me, and personally, I wouldn't have taken it. So, all power to these women who took a risk. Anyways, moving on. Now comes the reason why the majority of us decided to tune into this show. Joseline tells the girls that they have a chance to get out of the gutter, and Aqua starts crying. Joseline tells Aqua to step up, and she says, the gutter is a rough place where you gotta do any and everything, and she admits she had an of twins at 4 months. Then Lex comments, damn, double homicide. Then Joseline tells Lex to step up, and she says, I understand you hurt, but you in front of the Puerto Rican princess. Be a little stronger than that. Then they pan to a confessional, and Lexi says, it's not like you the baby at 2 to 3 weeks. You waited until you had 2 fully grown gender-identified babies in your stomach, and then you decided to them. Aren't those babies kicking? So I am not here to judge. Oh wait, This is YouTube. Actually, I am here to judge. So I'm just not going to judge this particular situation, but I will say two things. First, Lex could have just stayed quiet. She really did not have to say anything. She could have kept her mouth shut, and yet she opened her mouth and chose violence. Second thing, in college, I was pre-med and I took a lot of biology classes, and just coming from a purely scientific standpoint, 4 months is very late to have just in terms of science and just in terms of how developed the baby is. Also, I am completely shocked right now. Something I learned in college actually was useful for once. Next, we get to meet Miss Natural in a confessional. So Miss Natural says she's a star and she's a stripper. And yes, I looked it up for all of you, so you don't have to. You can enjoy Miss Natural's OnlyFans content for $10.50 per month for a subscription. So after that, Joseline lets the ladies go pick out their rooms and another argument starts. It's between Big Lex and pretty much all the other girls. So Big Lex is arguing with the rest of the girls and she has this Louis Vuitton scarf over her head and it looks an absolute mess. Now, this argument seemed very produced to me. I mean, the whole show is produced, but this particular part seemed extra produced. Like, it really seemed like one of the producers talked with Big Lex and told her, okay, if you go start arguments with all of the women, we'll make sure you make it to top 4. During the argument, Lex tells Aqua, with your loose and Aqua responds, how you know that? And Lex says, well, clearly you can't keep a baby in it. Now, that comment was just so unnecessary and so out of pocket. But you know, if Lex can dance, she'll probably make it really far on this show, just because she starts a lot of drama. So Miss Natural jumps in and she seems like the first one who's not scared to step up to Big Lex. And she also admits that she had an as well, and because of it, she had to learn to walk again. So Joseline comes in and stops the fight with a cup of noodles in her hand. And she says the girls interrupted her when she was in the bathroom. She said the bathroom part more explicitly, but this is YouTube. I can't say that. So I really need Joseline to get her story straight. Were you making a cup of noodles or were you in the bathroom? Or were you doing both? Because if it was both, that's disgusting. Anyways, Lex calls Miss Natural Joseline number 2, and Miss Natural gladly accepts the title and starts dancing. A slight dance battle occurs between her and Lex looked an absolute mess when she was dancing. I guess the South Carolina clubs don't require that much talent. Next, BossTec finds her room, and I do want to talk about BossTec real quick. So from one of her bags, she pulls out a black trash bag and pours $10,000 of singles all over the floor and starts rolling around in it. First of all, that is queen shit, and I'm absolutely here for it. Second of all, she is a real stripper. She's not just a reality star. Yes, it's ghetto, but real strippers do pull their money out of trash bags and plastic bags. 3, I really hope they have safes in these rooms because I really would not trust having $10,000 cash lying around these other girls. Also, I think BossTec is going to be my favorite. She's from Atlanta, she works at Magic City, and she's known as the body paint queen. She's had videos posted by multiple rappers, and she won the City Girls 25K twerk challenge. She's classy and very much seems like she's been around a lot of wealthy people and wealthy celebs. Like, if you're working with a rapper on a video, they want a girl who's like BossTec, not a girl who's like Big Lex. Big Lex is going to be messy and start drama and kind of hold up the shoot, whereas BossTec, she's going to be about her business, she's going to be professional, and she's going to be there to get the work done and get it done right. That's the girl that people are going to want to work with. So Joseline and Aqua sit down to have a one-on-one, and Aqua tells Joseline that she's thinking about committing suicide. Aqua says that she committed to a man for 4 months and he just up and left her. This is a very serious issue and something that should not be taken lightly, and the Zeus network is clearly exploiting it. So just a couple things I want to say about this. So a lot of people on the internet and Twitter said that Aqua was trying to get her man caught up, and I hate to say it, but I kind of believe it. So Aqua says that she dated this man for 4 months and she was also pregnant for 4 months. So that very much seemed like to me that she's probably trying to get him caught up. What do y'all think? Let me know below in the comments. Next, this is a very serious issue, and I'm glad that Joseline is trying to help this girl, but Joseline very much came off as like a very tough dad or a very tough boss. Like, she was not very sensitive to Aqua about this. Also, I am shocked that the Zeus network allowed her to be on this show. So Zeus is somewhat low budget, but normally if you're on a major network and you're going to a reality show, they'll do a psych evaluation before you're on the show. And if you say something like this, I'm pretty sure you'll get pulled from being on the show. And Aqua said that she's currently considering it. It's not like she considered this years ago or months ago, which in my opinion, that is a huge liability for the Zeus network. And last thing before we move on, this girl is homeless and she really needs help. So if your life is really down and out like hers is, you really shouldn't turn to reality TV because they're just gonna exploit it. But at the same time, I really don't blame Aqua for doing this because she really probably had no other options. Like, it really sucked for me to watch this and to know that's the only help that she's getting. But at the same time, that's the reality for a lot of Black people. Next, we go into a conversation between Chanel So and BlueFace Barbi. So the first thing I noticed is that these girls are drinking out of plastic cups. This house is nice as Y'all really gotta drink out of plastic? There's no glasses in this house? Anyways, BlueFace Barbi says that she does not like Lucky Hustler because they're both dudes. Oh wait. I mean working girls. And Barbi says that they shared a pimp, and Lucky says that Barbi lied about having a pimp, and Lucky says she did not want men involved. And Lucky says that Barbi and her pimp were coming on to her, and the situation made her feel uncomfortable. I hate when reality shows do this, when they pull events that happened off camera, because you never really know who's lying and who's telling the truth. But side note, Lucky is so pretty, and I really like her lashes. So after that, Joseline tells the girls to get ready for the first meet and greet and to wear their best attire. So in this segment of the YouTube video, we're gonna do a buy it or rent it. We're gonna go over all of the outfits and I'm gonna tell you whether or not I would buy it or rent it. So first up is Sapphire. I'm sorry, I would rent this. It looks cheap. Next is Lucky Hustler. I would rent this. I like this shade of red, but the outfit just looks basic. Next is Lexi Blow. I wouldn't rent or buy this outfit. And was there no iron? It looks super wrinkly. And I don't like the jewels in her hair. I think it would have looked better without them. Next is Big Lex. Y'all are gonna hate me. I would buy this dress. And I like the purse too. Next is Ms.Top. I would buy the fur, but rent the rest of the outfit. Next up is Miss Natural. I would buy this. I like this outfit. She looks good. It's not really my style, but I would still buy it. Next is BossTec. I would rent this. I don't really like it, but she did understand the assignment. And I feel like this is the type of outfit Joseline wanted the girls to wear to this event. BlueFace Barbi. I hate it. I wouldn't rent it or buy it. This looks like something you would wear to an up-and-coming local rapper's pool party. Next is Aqua. I would buy it. I like the dress. I like her hair. I really like this shade of red. The outfit is a little senior prom, but I would let that go. And lastly is the Puerto Rican princess. I would buy this, but, and there is a huge but, I would only wear this once. This is one of those outfits where you wear it once and you throw it in your closet and you tell yourself you're gonna wear it again, but you took a ton of pictures in it the first time and you don't want people to clock you for wearing the same outfit twice. Also, you put on 5 pounds since the first time you wore it and now it doesn't fit the same. You tell yourself you're gonna get it tailored, but you never get around to taking it to the tailor and it ends up just sitting in your closet. But she looks good and I really like the headpiece, so I would buy it. So the girls all go to the meet and greet and Barbi, Chanel, and BossTec all cheers and say they don't need the money. And that was just confusing because I'm like, why are y'all here? Are you just here to waste time? But I don't know, maybe most of the clubs are closed and they don't have anything else to do. So after that, Joseline sits down with Barbi, BossTec, and Chanel and Barbi starts talking mess about Lucky Hustler. Lucky Hustler joins in and an argument ensues. So their argument really didn't make that much sense. Lucky kept saying that Barbi wanted to hate her so bad and Barbi just kept saying, why would I hate a girl who's gonna make our pimp some money? So then Lucky asked Joseline, may I? And then Joseline accidentally says yes and Lucky punches Barbi in the face and it looked like she hit her pretty hard. And that is the end of the episode. So after watching episode 1, I'm honestly still pretty confused about what the point of the show is. Like, I really don't understand how the girls are gonna be competing if they're not all dancers. So I guess I'll just have to keep watching to find out. Also, I don't know what it is, but something about this show is just so addicting. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please go ahead and pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell. Again, I am a new YouTuber here, and the likes and subscribes really help me out. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up here. I'm gonna try my best to have the review for episode 2 out by Thursday, but please bear with me, I do have a day job. And I will see you all on the next review. And if you have any thoughts or anything you want to comment on, please feel free to post below in the comments. Have a good one. Bye.